It's hot, and I mean hot. It's 93 degrees here today. And check this out. It's the coolest day of the week. It's only going to get hotter the rest of the day. The rest of the week, the temperatures are going to be 100 degrees. And that's not heat index. That is actual temperature. So, I thought to myself, what in the world are you going to wear? That'll make a pretty good video, right? So if you want to know what fragrances, and this will probably end up being a 2-part series because these are more chill, casual type of scents. So if you want to know what fragrances I will pull out to wear on a day where the temperatures are going to be extremely hot, meet me on the other side of this intro and I'm going to tell you what 10 I picked out, or this many if you're 5 years old. But anyway, what fragrances I picked out to wear in this humid, hot Alabama heat. See you on the other side of this intro. What's going on, everybody? You guessed it, it is your boy Trey Sense, and yes, we got a little bit of a video discussion here for you. A little bit of a discussion, a little bit of a review. You know how we do it here on the channel. What are we going to talk about today? Well, fragrances that work good in not just the heat, but the extreme high heat, because it is going to be pushing 100 degrees for the rest of the week. Like the next 10 days is going to be pushing 100 degrees. Today, it's a cool 93. But anyway, the show must go on. Gotta smell good. Just because it's hot don't mean we're going to walk around not smelling good. Before I get into this though, I need something from you as we pursue that 3,000, because we've already smashed 2K and we've already smashed 25. So let's get to 3. Need you to like, share, sub. That's it. Okay. I gotta say this too. We all grown men. We're all grown men. So I feel like I can say this. It doesn't matter what fragrance you put on if you're not clean. You gotta hydrate and you have to be clean, especially in this heat. You gotta have your deodorant. You gotta shower. You gotta keep yourself clean, guys. If not, you just gonna smell like, well, you're gonna smell like, I'll say it, you're gonna smell like a dumpster. You know how you go buy a garbage can in the summertime or a dumpster in the summertime? That's what you're gonna smell like if you put fragrances on a hot mess. Anyway, I digress. Let's get it. That I think work well in the heat, and as I'm showing you the fragrance, I'll talk about the fragrance and tell you why I picked this fragrance. Let's get it. The first one, let's get it out of the way. It is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I think it works well in any situation. It's expensive. It's not expensive, and it's from the house of Calvin Klein, and it is a lifetime supply of CK1. Now, if you're fortunate enough to catch this in the gift set like I did, you get a hand lotion with this, because remember, this is a unisex fragrance. Women, I don't know why more men's fragrances don't come with scented lotion as well, because they really extend the life of a fragrance. There's women that come through my line and I'll be like, that fragrance you have on this smells good. Oh, it's just lotion. And I'm like, lotion? How y'all lotion smell that good? So to all you guys out there who make fragrances, consider some scented lotion. But anyway, why did I pick this one? One, it smells really nice. Very simple. It smells good. It's citrusy, it's masculine, it's slightly aquatic. But here was my thinking on this. It's so hot, nothing is really going to stand up in this heat, because here's the thing, you can't overspray in this heat. You can't. There's a few fragrances that you can get away with it, but if you overspray it in this heat, it's quickly going to become cloying. So that rules out a lot of strong fragrances like chrome or like jute. Now those fragrances will stand up in anything, but you can only go 1 or 2 sprays of those, so I'm not sure how they're going to work. Or oud fragrances, maybe in the evening time, something with a lot of oud in it would be fine. But in this heat, if you wear an oud fragrance, and you most certainly can wear anything that you want, but you're definitely going to have to temper your sprays and watch what you're doing. This is one I think you can get away with a few more sprays of to kind of help that longevity, and definitely spray your clothes, because That's the only way you're gonna get any longevity out of this fragrance in the heat. But you are going to smell good. Believe it or not, this is still a massive, massive compliment getting fragrance. I know because a gentleman came through my line the other day, had this on, and it smelled good. I had to ask him, man, what's that you got on? What? Because it reminded me a little bit of chrome in the air. I said, is that chrome? He said, no, never heard of chrome. He says, CK1. Beautiful smelling fragrance, and it will work great in this high heat. And it's not just Alabama, it is the entire Southeast. From Georgia, from Florida, all the way to Texas. We're dealing with 100-degree heat, 100 plus. And again, that's not heat index, that's actual temperature. That's what the thermometer says. That's what the mercury's picking up. But CK1, great in this heat. I've got to go to work here in a couple of hours. This may be my scent of the evening. This may be my scent of the night. But nonetheless, Calvin Klein, great in this heat. And also, that's not a very expensive fragrance. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to spray on a super duper expensive fragrance in this, because it's just my opinion, from my collection and my experiences, it's not gonna last in this heat. You're gonna have to respray no matter what you put on. Okay, moving along. This next one, why did I pick this one? Well, the name is gonna tell you. It's Masoni's Wave. Again, no, it's not going to be a monster projector, a monster performer. Here's my thoughts on this one. I have the shower gel. So take a shower, get so fresh and so clean, get Outcast on them, nice, fresh, clean, with the shower gel, which will extend the life of the fragrance. And this Wave is a very appropriate name. It fits it fine because it is a nice, cool, refreshing shower gel, extension of the shower type of scent. Again, this is not one of my favorite fragrances. It's okay. It does smell good. The name and the bottle tell you all about it. It's slightly blue, slightly watery. I do think it will work well in this heat. Again, nothing is going to stand up and give you 7 or 8 hours of, well, I shouldn't say nothing. There are some, and I'll get to those later, that are going to give you some good performance. But when it comes to your basic designer fragrance, which this is, you're not going to get a whole lot out of it. And again, guys, listen to me on this one. Hygiene is very important. Staying hydrated and hygiene is the best thing you can do to help your fragrances right now. Okay, you got to. But your basic designer fragrance just isn't going to hold up in this heat, and you cannot overspray. If you think you can, you spray 10 sprays or something and go out there in the heat, you're going to choke yourself out and everybody else around you. The fragrance is still going to dissipate quick, and you're just going to be like that guy that has shown up with too much cologne. That's what you're going to do. But this is one that I think you can definitely get away with in this heat. Again, cool, refreshing type of scent. If you're like me, in this time of the year, you wear the wife beaters up under your t-shirts and your button-down shirts and your polo shirts, give that a spray as well. Give that 2 or 3 sprays just for some longevity. Maybe even spray your breeches. For those of you who don't know, in the South we wear breeches. Y'all call them shorts or blue jeans, but they're breeches. But anyway, Masoni's Wave, good for this time of the year. And it's not gonna blow the doors off with projection or longevity. But again, I say it again, it's hot. And I'm not sure what will. This next one, let me get one of these out of the way. It's from the house of Dapper Fragrances, and it is a clone. And I get a lot of you don't like clones, whether it's Dua, Alexandria, or Moth, Al Rehab, whatever the clone, Okcha. Some of you just don't like clones. That's fine. More for me. Dapper's version of Moolah by Byron. Now this one, I'll show you why I chose this fragrance. One of the reasons. It just might stand up in the heat. You see that oil sheen? It is gonna stick to your skin. Again, same rules apply. Gotta drink some water, be hydrated. You gotta be hygienic, and you cannot overspray. 3 sprays of this is all I'm gonna be able to do because it is strong. It is very potent. It's gonna stick, But again, I can't put on 8 sprays of this and go out in 93 to 100 degree heat and not expect to gas everybody out. Especially, you know, working in a grocery store or working in an office or getting in, say you drive Uber or you do Grubhub, DoorDash, whatever it is. You can't, I mean, it's just not gonna work. It's gonna get cloying. And again, maybe 2 sprays. I said 3, man. And I say that because every time I move it, it's kicking up. And that's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. But it is a very tropical type of fragrance. It's just something in the notes, just to me, lend it to that heat. And it just makes me think of Miami or Cuba or somewhere really, really hot, humid, balmy, and tropical. That's what the fragrance reminds me of. But from the house of Dapper, it is Moolah. I think that would be a great one if you have that one. Or if you have the OG Moolah, the original. It's expensive. I don't know how it's gonna last and perform in this heat. I know how Dapper's is, but as you see, I'm still shining over here. I can spray it on my tires and make them shine. Let's go with another one. This one, to me, again, is a beautiful fragrance to wear this time of the year. And it is one of the most beautiful bottles in the game, and it is from the house of John Varvatos, and it is John Varvatos Artisan Aqua. I almost put Artisan Pure on this list, but I think that leans more towards nighttime because it is so hot. You'd have to spray more than 4 or 5 sprays of that to get anything out of it, and I'm just not sure with the citruses in that one that it wouldn't just be cloying. So I want one that's a little bit more refreshing. And it is John Varvatos Artisan Aqua. When you're testing for these videos, you have I have fragrances up and down, both arms, top of hands, everywhere. So I may put this in the air a little bit. Now this one, to me, again, horrible performing fragrance, but for the 3 or 4 hours, you're gonna smell good. And it just, again, to me, beautiful bottle, and the fragrance fits the bottle and the name. It is definitely an aquatic fragrance. It is smooth, it's cool, it's refreshing, it's tropical. Kind of reminds me of a coconut water. Not that it's a coconutty type of scent, but it does kind of just give me that vibe. You know what I mean? It just gives me the vibe of chilling out by the pool, or I'm down on Biloxi Beach on vacation, fixing to go do some shopping, or just fixing to go, you know, lounge out by the pool, or just go walk on the beach. This reminds me of something that I would spray on. Again, you're not going to get much longevity and projection out of this, but you're going to smell really, really nice. To me, this fragrance smells a lot more expensive than the price, because I got mine, I think, for 35 bucks in a gift set, and I've had it for several years. And I really like this fragrance. And the thing I like about the John Varvatos gift sets is they come with a travel atomizer. I haven't really had to work out of this bottle much, which is why the levels on it are still right here, because I wear it a lot in the heat, in the summer. Normally, if I go on vacation, this is one of the first fragrances I pack to take with me, because it just invokes warm weather, sunshine, smelling good, feeling good, vibing. I like it. I like it a lot. John Varvatos Artisan Aqua. This is one I think you can get away with maybe a few more sprays. You may get away with 6, 7 sprays of this, possibly, because, and the reason I say you may be able to get away with it with this one as opposed to some of the other ones, this one's gonna start fading really quick. It is. It's no secret. John Varvatos fragrances don't last long, but you're gonna smell good, so you may be able to get away with a few sprays. And not what I normally do is take my little decant with me, and I just go 4 or 5 sprays, and then once it starts to fade, I hit myself 2 or 3, and I just keep that moving throughout the evening. That way I stay fresh. But John Varvatos Artisan Aqua, nice little summertime heat wave type of fragrance. I'm gonna go with one now that may throw you guys off just a little bit, but I'll give you my reasoning for it. It is from the house of Mont Blanc, as we say here in the South, but Mont Blanc if you fancy, and it is Starwalker. the old discontinued gem that is a beautiful. One reason, bamboo. Bamboo. This fragrance to me is very versatile. You can wear this on the coldest of winter days, on the hottest of summer days. Again, I reiterate the word hot, because this is, you're not going to be able to spray this 8 times. You're going to be able to hit yourself 3, 4 at the max and go. Now, also, when I'm talking about this heat, I'm assuming, or maybe I should have said this in the video, we're going to be out in it. This is not, it's hot and I'm going to the office, or it's hot and I'm going, you know, to church. This is, I'm hot and I'm out dealing in the heat. You know what I'm saying? This is, I'm going to a baseball game or cookout, or like my boy J. Cole, Justin Colebanks, the other day was out grilling and we had a conversation about what he was going to wear. This is that. These are, I'm out in the heat, not transitioning to the heat. But Mont Blanc Starwalker. Starwalker makes you think it's more of a nighttime fragrance, and hey, you can, it's still gonna be hot at night, so you can definitely pull this out and wear it at night as well. But it's just a fragrance that I absolutely like. I think it has a cool, calming, but at the same time refreshing type effect. It's a little bit woody, so it may just stand up enough in this heat. You know what I mean? Because I don't think when the perfumers make these fragrances, they're going, this is going to be a summertime banger. This is just my personal opinion. When they make these fragrances, I think they envision you only really wearing that fragrance. They envision, because most people are not like us frag heads and have a slew of fragrances. Most people just have 4 or 5. And out of 4 or 5, they have one that they wear and have been wearing forever. Every now and then they add something to it, or, you know, whatever. But so I don't think they envision us wearing these fragrances in the summer, these in the fall, these when it's raining, you know, these when the leaves are changing. They just say it's the scent, put it in a bottle, slap it on the butt, send it out. So nonetheless, I would say more evening time, but hey, it's gonna be hot in the evening time too. But Mont Blanc Starwalker with that bamboo note is one that I think would go great in the heat and like it. Now I'm gonna go back. No, I'm gonna go here. From the house of Sensual Obsessions, and this is one I have worn many, many times in the heat, and every time I wear this fragrance, it gives me a compliment, and I'm gonna show you the levels on it so you can see when I talk about Dapper and these companies, I'm not just telling you about them, I wear them. This is their version of Beach Hut Man, which is by Voyage, and this one is called Beach Bum. And it's just tropical. It's just extremely tropical. And you see the smile on my face, because this may be my scent of the night. I don't know which one I'm gonna end up wearing. But every time I wear this fragrance, and this is just the truth, every time I wear this fragrance, as soon as I walk into work and clock in, there's somebody telling me, "Oh, you smell good. Oh, you smell." And then it's funny because they'll ask me 3 weeks later, "You smell good the other day. What did you have on?" What did I have on? Lady, that was, do you know how many sprays ago that was? That was 3 weeks ago. I don't even want to get into it, but I don't know. You have to ask me then. Then I can tell you. If you ask me 3 weeks later, I have no clue. But nonetheless, Beach Bum. Again, I go to Biloxi Beach when I go to the beach. I don't go to Panama City. I don't go to Orange Beach, Alabama. I go to Biloxi. Why? Because it's miles and miles of beach and just much more room to spread out. They have these gazebos on the beach there. And it just reminds me of, you know, packing a little picnic, chilling out in one of the gazebos, just cooling out, just enjoying the heat, sweating a little bit, just enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? That's what this reminds me of. It just reminds me of being a beach bum, just to walk on the beach. Very tropical, very playful. Could easily be a unisex fragrance, but I just like it. It just really smells good to me. Sensual Obsessions, Beach Bum. Now, where am I gonna go? Okay, I've done that one. I think I've got 4 left, and let's get this one out of the way. This one is also said to be a cologne. of Silver Mountain water. This is Derby Clubhouse Blanc. And this is one that I think, again, would work well in this type of heat. It just has a smooth, citrusy. I like that. That smells good. Yeah, I like that. That smells really, really, really good. Really, really good. Yeah, I like that. Now this is one I would wear, say we were at the beach, and this is not about the beach, but I keep bringing up the beach because it just reminds me of heat. This is one if I were fixing to go on a day date, maybe a job interview or something, and I were going to dress it up slightly and put on maybe a nice button up. Yeah, I will go with this one. But now you can dress it down and wear it with a t-shirt, wear it with whatever. You can wear any of these fragrances how you like, the way you like, whatever. But this one, it has, the reason I chose this one is because it has a little bit more bite than some of the rest of the fragrances on this list. It's a little bit more serious. But at the same time, it does says cool in this heat. It does give off that vibe. It does say that it's going to be cool in this heat. And I just like the way this fragrance smells. I really, really enjoy this fragrance. Something about a fragrance in a white bottle to me just, I don't know, it just invokes that summertime heat type of vibe. And this one does as well. But it's supposed to be a clone of Silver Mountain water. There's another one out there that, and I'm sure somebody's gonna get in the comments and say, Trey, if you're looking for a clone of Silver Mountain water, try this one by this house. Okay, I don't have that one. And I'm not necessarily looking for a clone of Silver Mountain water because I have a clone of Silver Mountain water by Lady in Red. And it's called our version of Silver Mountain water by Lady in Red. So, but this one to me is just a good fragrance by itself. And I will have to admit the Lady in Red and this one are not necessarily, the Lady in Red is much, much closer. I wouldn't buy this as a clone of Silver Mountain water, but it smells good enough that I would buy it just to wear it. Period, point blank. If I want a clone of Silver Mountain water, I will reach for my Lady in Red, and it is very, very close to Silver Mountain water. Very close. But nonetheless, this will go great in the heat, especially if you're leaning towards, again, being a little bit more dressy or right there at the cusp of the day ending, sunset, you know, between 5 and 8 o'clock, somewhere in there, which is about 8:30 for us now, which was probably about 9 o'clock in Texas. Yeah, before the sunset. But anyway, Amoff's Derby Clubhouse Blanc. That's one that I think would go great in this heat. Going back to the House of Sensual Obsessions. I just like this fragrance. It was love at first sniff for me. For those of you who don't know, I love to swim. And it's something about the smell and the look of a pool to me that is just refreshing. And it is their version of Louis Vuitton's afternoon swim. And this fragrance, man, and again, you think I'm playing with it, you think I haven't worn this. Out of all the fragrances I have in my collection, you see the dent in this. You see that dent. A couple of summers ago, I think it was the summer of 2019 maybe, this was my staple. Every time I left the house, I think I had this on because it was hot, and it just reminds me of the sound of a pool, the smell of the chlorine coming off of a pool, but in a good way. It smells really, really good. Lots of staying power. And this is one I think you can get away with 4 sprays on because again, this is one that I think could easily be a unisex fragrance. Very youthful, very invigorating. It just reminds me of water, pool, and it just puts that smile on my face, that little, yeah. So this is definitely one that I could see me wearing in this high heat. Just going to do anything, date, job interview, going to work, going fragrance hunting, you know, gonna go kick it with the homeboys, gonna go shoot some pool, whatever. This fragrance in that heat, in this high heat that we're having, I think would be wonderful. Or if I'm going for a swim. I would definitely, yes, I have sprayed this on, put my swim trunks on, and got in the pool. I most certainly have. I just like the fragrance that much. From the house of Dapper, it is their version of Louis Vuitton's afternoon swim. All right, guys, I got 2 more on this list. This next one is one that is, to call this a flanker is ridiculous, because this house has a lot of flankers in this particular line. Some of them have been discontinued. In my opinion, the better ones have been discontinued, and that is Sunset Voyage and Island Voyage. So the OG is Nautical Voyage, and this one is Voyage N83. I prefer this one to Nautical Voyage, and again, you see where the levels are on this. Now, I've had this a few years. You see where the levels are. I reach for this one more than I do Nautical Voyage, and it's not even close. Now, most people would probably prefer Nautical Voyage because it's got that watermelon-y note or green apple. It's something about Nautical Voyage, though it smells good, don't get it wrong, and it works excellent in the high heat, but it's something about a salty fragrance in the heat to me that just, yep, that's it right there. Love it. It's something about a salty, watery fragrance in the heat that just takes me where I need to go. And to me, this one has just a little bit more punch than Nautical Voyage. Now, this one does come off a little bit suntanny, has a little bit more of a suntan vibe. And again, I'll say the same thing about this one that I've said about a lot of these. It could also be a unisex fragrance. I could easily see a woman pulling this off. You'd have to have the right type of energy to do it, because it is a masculine fragrance, but it's not Drakkar, it's not Polo Green, it's not that type of masculine. It's right there on the cusp of, you know, it probably leans 75-25, you know, but still, I do think a woman could wear it, and I do think this would smell good on a woman, and here's why. It's got a suntanny type of vibe to it. I don't know many men that smell like suntan lotion, but it does have that type of vibe. Nonetheless, I like, matter of fact, man, I'm gonna hit myself with this one. I do like this fragrance. I like it a lot. And it's got the old metal cap for those who care. Yeah, definitely suntanny. But definitely tropical. I like it. I like it a lot. Nautical Voyage N83. If this is one, and I could easily see this. Oh my goodness. Again, you take it. This wasn't about a vacation, but let's just say it's been a stressful day at work. Hey, it's Monday. It'll be Tuesday when y'all see this video, but it's Monday when I'm shooting it. You've had a stressful weekend, and you just want to go out to the little Mexican restaurant and sit on the balcony and have a few drinks, and you catch a breeze. That is when fragrances to me smell their best, when they mix with your body chemistry and they get in the air and they linger and you walk by. That's the money shot right there. And this is one that I could see doing that. I think this is what I'm gonna wear to work tonight. I think this is gonna be my scent of the evening. Nautical Voyage N83. Coconutty, tropical, just easy to wear. I'm gonna throw you a little nugget real quick. This is also one, if I can get it without knocking everything down. The boy got skills, I'm telling you, man, I was an athlete. Zaharoff Signature Royal. Okay, this is a freebie. This is just an extra one that I'm throwing in there because I think this one will work really, really well in the high heat. But I'm gonna save this for another video. But I'm mentioning it now. But it will be in part 2, which is the if I were going to dress up. But yeah, I ain't even gonna try to put it back. I ain't trying to make no bloopers on camera. But that's a good one for the high heat as well. But again, that's gonna be in part 2 in a couple of days. Last but not least, from the house of Banana Republic. And there was several fragrances from Banana Republic that I could have put in this video. Some of them may make the dressing up or being more dressy in the heat, but this is Metal Rain. And this one is a little bit Aqua de Joish too, or a little bit Silver Mountain-y as well, but it's in that same vein, that same wheelhouse, a little bit aquatic, a little bit metallic. But I think this one, oh, that smells good. That smells good. That smells real good. I like that, man. I'm having hard to see. This is frag head problems, y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna wear to work. I got 10 fragrances to choose from, and y'all ain't helping now because y'all want me to sit out here and do these videos. I love doing these videos for y'all, ain't gonna lie. But nonetheless, Banana Republic's Metal Rain. I just picked up a bottle of this from my boy JP. I actually get to do something nice for JP. Fixing to send him a bottle of this. It was $22 for a 2.5, 75 ml, which to me is a great price on this fragrance. Is that little squirt right there has filled this room. Nice metallic, aquatic fragrance. This could have went dressy as well, but I wanted to include it in this video because I just like this fragrance. This is one I've got to get on my skin more. Again, this is one you cannot overspray. You're gonna have to keep it 2, 3, maybe 4 sprays of this at the most. And my advice to you is be that's a tough word to say. Strategic with your sprays. I'm gonna say maybe wrist, middle of the chest, and maybe here, and then maybe back of the neck. And that's it. But I definitely think you need to get one on your chest to get one on your clothes. So it's the, and again, I would say 1 or 2 on the undershirt. I know that's 6 sprays, but that undershirt is kind of gonna be covered, but it will help with that longevity lingering, you know what I mean? But again, an aquatic, metallic type of fragrance, and it is Metal Rain by Banana Republic. Man, that has been 10 plus a little bonus for you and a little peek inside what's coming up. The next video I do will be fragrances that you can wear that are a little bit more dressy in the heat. But that's all I got for you today. That has been 10 fragrances from my collection that I think would work well in this 95 to 100 degree Alabama heat. So guys, you know what it is. You know what's coming next, man. Thank you all for returning to the scene of the crime, and thank you all for being the best part of this channel. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. But now we got a thumbs up, get the thumbnail, do some editing, and get this video up for you to see. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful, 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 wonderful summer so far, and doing your best to stay cool. And remember, stay hydrated and keep your hygiene on point. Got it? Get it? Good. All right, guys, you already know. I love you all, and God bless you all. Until next time, peace.